Step one is going to be shutting off the breaker, two breakers, one for the water heater, which is actually 11 and 13, and the other one for the water pump, which is 23 and 25. These are double breakers, so just switch them to the off position. Get yourself a pair of pliers out of the drawer. Unplug the microwave and stick it on the kitchen table. To gain access behind the washer dryer, move the chairs out of the way and shimmy the washer dryer away from the wall. Once you get enough access space to the area behind the washer dryer, you're going to flip that blue valve in the up position and disconnect both of those hoses, and then you're going to lift that big black drain out of there and pour some antifreeze down that drain. Now that you turn the water pump off, you can go around and open up all the water spigots. Flush the toilet. Up in Sue's room, this is already off. It's already drained. And then what you're going to do is you're going to pour a small cup of antifreeze in the drain. Now there's nothing to do in the attic, but in the bathroom, you can open up the valves, flush the toilet, and over in this tub, you can open up the valves. Then you want to add a half a cup into that drain and a half a cup into that drain, and you're going to add a full cup into there and a full cup into the tank. Back on the first floor, flush the toilet. I took the plunger and plunged out a lot of the water, not all of it, but some of it. I'm going to add a cup in the tank and a cup in the bowl and a half a cup in the sink. Okay, I'm back in the kitchen. I'm going to put a half a cup in each drain. I also disconnected the sprayer and shook the water out of the sprayer and keep that there. And then gonna put a cup in the dishwasher. I'm gonna put a cup in the washer, and then I'm going to put it on spin for about 30 seconds. And then I'm going to, again, put antifreeze in the drain, which is that big black tubing. Yeah, so again, be very careful you don't drop your pliers. But once you get in here, you can loosen those two water lines and hang them on that hanger, and then you just loosen them and you can take them off with your hand. You don't have to use the pliers through the whole process. You remove the black, pour half a cup down that drain right there, and then the blue valve is in the closed position. I'm going to open it up to let any water that may be in there drain downstairs. So, like this. There it goes. Now that's in the open position. So forward open, backwards closed. Okay, so going in the basement, there is no need for any antifreeze down here. But what you might want to do is turn on these two valves, the old shower valves, I don't know where that's going. Let's see. Let's turn them on. Yeah, see, that water came out of there. So we got water draining there. We might need that. Yeah, we might need that hose for back here because we got to hook up 2 hoses. One hose to this fitting down here on the hot water heater, and one hose down here on the water system down there on the bottom. But first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this to the off position. I think that's off. I'm not sure yet. But anyway, then I'm going to take this off, the filter housing, with one of these filter wrenches, and I'll be back. So I brought the filter housing out, dumped the filter, and dumped the water out here. I'll take this back in to the basement. If this hose is on the old shower valves, we're going to need it in the back room, so we're going to take that off and drag it to the back room. Okay, I hooked up the hose to the water heater and with a slotted screwdriver opened the valve, and I made sure that the water is coming out down there, going out the drain. Okay, I hooked up the hose to the drain there and turned it on. Now let's go over the petcocks real quick. Here's one on the side. There's one. There's one. There's one. That's open. There's a petcock up here. For reference, we'll go back here. Go up here. And there's one there. And there's one on the back side of this, I believe. Let me check. Yep, there's one on the back side of that. That's just another drain. This is the old water coming in the house. You don't have to worry about that at all. So all these valves should be in the open position. That's open, that's open, that's open. We'll open this one and probably get some water out of it. Yeah, a little water will come out of there. That water's between here and here, or here and here. Here's the top of the hot water heater. Nothing to do with these valves up here, but this valve here should be open, and it is, but it has a petcock on it. And then over here is another valve, and I can't see it because of the sunlight. Oh, there it is. I think that's it. There's 2 valves over there, but I don't know if you can see them. Those 2 valves you don't have to worry about. But I thought there was another one over here somewhere. I'll be back. Okay, so here's the hot water heater. That's the first one I told you about. The second one is right here. There's the first one. Here's the second one. They both have petcocks. They have to be opened. Okay, outside the water room, back in this area here, there are 2 valves up there. They both have petcocks in them, and you have to open them. And that should do it for the video. Okay, it seems you have to put this in this position to get the water to drain out from these 2 pipes here. So this would be open or closed, but this is definitely open to where the filter hangs. So got to be in that position to get the water out of it. Just a note, when I say open the petcocks, that does not mean take them off. So as soon as they start to spin, just give them a little tweak and that will be in the open position.